I'm Amber Costu, and with the No Nonsense Network, getting the chance to talk to Trevor Luchka, we're going to be talking about the municipal election coming up here right away. So tell me a little bit about yourself, Trevor.
So I grew up in the Vimy area, just south and west of Vimy, in between Highway 44 and Highway 2. I attended play school in Vimy, and then transferred to Westlock Elementary and our staple. So I am a local person through and through. Our kids go to Clyde School, so Eleanor Hall. I'm a dad of 6 children, 4 girls, 2 boys. The last set are twins, so they're in grade 6 right now. And then Jax is a little older, grade 10 in Westlock. So we're a big part of the community. I work in Westlock. My wife works in Westlock as well. I've been thinking about politics for a while, so that was the biggest thing. I've always, since I was a child, wanted to get into it. But with 6 children, it's always, where do you find the time?
Busy.
So what happened is my wife actually encouraged it. She says, you know what? You talk a lot. And I do. With my job, I work at sales at Browns Chrysler. So I deal with a lot of people that are local, but also people that are further away. But part of my job is when someone comes to the dealership, they obviously have a situation, whether it's good, bad, and my job is to fix it. It's not to hurt them, it's to help them solving the problem. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times I am fortunate and I can get it done. I have a great team around me that helps. It's not just myself. And that's the way I kind of think I can bring it to the county, because I can't do it all by myself, but it's team.
So let's talk about some of your priorities and thoughts there. What do you see as the top priorities for our town right now, and how do you plan to address those issues?
So more for like the county or Division 1?
Okay. Yeah.
So I think the biggest one, there's been some talk of a gravel pit opening up where I currently live in that area. So there's already a lot of traffic there already. And then there was a recent road closure in that area. So the county's done great with working with the existing gravel companies to make it safe. But right now they're using the Athabasca Landing Trail to navigate to wherever they're going. And so they are going slow, but there's a lot of bends and turns in that road. So I have talked to some people that would like a designated truck route, something that would be safe for the truckers, but safe for the residents as well. So that would be a big
infrastructure.
Infrastructure is one. Taxes, of course, everybody wants low taxes. Maintenance, so like gravel on the roads. I have talked to a few people, and there are concerns with some gravel. I think the county's doing a good job with the gravel, but I think if me being open and listening to people, I can at least hear what they say and either, well, not bring it to council, but bring it to the right people. So,
bring those concerns forward. Great.
So
when speaking about local autonomy versus global cooperation, some residents are concerned about international organizations like United Nations coming in and influencing municipal policy with their values.
Okay.
That's not always shared by your average farmer or worker. Yeah. So what are your views on where the line should be drawn?
I think the biggest thing is I've grown here my whole life, so I am with the average farmer. I'm not saying not influence, but conversation. If there is something that is warranted, then fine. But if in the end, I still stick with the residents, the farmers. But I am open to hear what the suggestions are. So I always tell my kids, sometimes your view is not the view. You still have to listen to the other people's view, and yours sometimes isn't the right one. So in the end, as most men think, we do the right view, but you have to be open, because that's the only way you're going to get past something. Doesn't matter if you're blindsided and say, you know what, this is my only view, you're never going to get anything done. So
with that, last year our town held a petition and bylaw vote regarding the display of flags and crosswalk markings on municipal property. Yeah. How did you view the whole process, and what were your thoughts on the outcome? I
think the process, because it was a town event, not so much a county thing. I did think it was good for the town to have something like that, just to clear the air and get it over and dealt with. I do think, and it's not biased, but I did agree with the vote. The only reason is it's not because of, I deal with a lot of people of all different, and they're awesome, including, I'm trying to think of the word. What would be the word I would use? Specialty groups, I guess you would call it. and they're awesome. In fact, they don't want attention. They're average people just like you and me. It is a safe place, whether it's Westlock Town or Westlock County. So it's about everyone. It's not just a single group saying, this is my opinion and this is how it's going to go. I want it to be, if it's on your own property, do whatever you want. But when it comes to being as a town or a county, I think that sometimes, whether it's church, whether it's whatever, it's just to keep it simple, keep that kind of stuff out of politics. If you definitely want to do whatever you want to do at home, go for it. I'm totally okay with that. And I deal with a lot of people that have, I'm trying to think of the word, and they're amazing. They are. They're just regular people. They just want to go on with their lives. They don't want the attention. So, but I also understand that you have to, listen. So, yeah.
Great. And there's been growing discussion in Alberta about feelings of isolation, distrust towards other levels of government.
Yeah.
While municipal councils don't set provincial or federal policy, how do you envision our county's future relationships with both the province and Ottawa?
So I think the biggest thing is to hear the residents, because obviously we're basically at ground level. And then all we can do is, I guess, hear those things. There are those meetings that the counties have with the province, and all we can do is strongly push, not push, but speak what our residents are saying, because sometimes provincial and federal, they don't hear it. They just hear whatever the party says, that's what they do. So the idea is I want to try, not influence, but get the word out to, because sometimes the MLAs, they're good people, MP or MLA, but the thing is somebody from Barrhead, like as the MP for Westlock County, doesn't hear what's happening in Westlock County. So the idea is, for instance, like gravel pits where I live, there could be some pushback. So basically I need to hear what the residents say and say, hey, or the province, this is what my constituents are saying. You need to hear this. Yeah.
Great. And what is your view on how Alberta can balance environmental concerns with energy development? With, let's say, taking care of the planet without banning all gas-powered cars?
Oh, so I'm in the auto industry, so with the environment, so how we can find a balance? So basically, even with what I'm doing right now, a lot of vehicles are PHEV, so as well as there's more efficient engines. So for instance, they are using less fuel. Technology has come up. A lot of PHEVs are battery/gas engines. So the industry is going that direction already, because that's what consumers want to a point. There's not everyone that's going to want that kind of technology, but it is going that way. So that's because of the federal government. For the province, I think they have done a good job with the carbon capture, stuff like that, because I have some land in another county where they had to do seismic readings years ago and then to see what the cavern was looking like to push all this stuff down. I don't know if it's 100% perfect, but the idea is we're trying. And I've seen it at street level because I was a farmer that they came on the land to survey all that stuff. And of course, there's always room for improvement. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah. And finally, what is a word of encouragement that you want to give voters as they go to the polls?
Get out and vote. So
yeah, that's a good one.
So lots of times I went out to start talking to people, and some people didn't even know who our councillor was. And it's not a bad thing. It's just I think people forget that they have a right to vote, and they should vote, because if you have an opinion, the best way to voice your opinion is to vote. I have children that are voting age. And the biggest thing, sometimes they get complacent, but then you hear about it at home when they come home and they say, well, I don't like this. Well, then you should have voted.
Right.
So the biggest thing is October 20th, get out, vote, and see what happens.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time. And that was Trevor Luchka.